Eric had always been an ordinary boy, or so he believed. He lived in the quiet village of West Haven, nestled between rolling hills and vast, ancient forests. His life was simple, fishing by the river, tending to the sheep, and listening to the old village elders' stories of dragons. For as long as he could remember, Eric had been captivated by tales of these mythical creatures. His favorite was about the Dragonlords, powerful beings who could shift between human and dragon form, protectors of the realm in ages past. But that was just a story. The dragons had long since vanished from the world, becoming nothing more than myths. Still, there was something about those stories that resonated with Eric. Sometimes, he felt a strange pull when he wandered too far into the woods or when he stood atop the hill that overlooked the village. It was as if something ancient and powerful called to him, just out of reach. One autumn day, while exploring deeper into the forest than he ever had before, Eric stumbled upon something strange. Hidden in the dense underbrush was a stone altar, weathered with age and covered in moss. It looked ancient, and on its surface was a faint glow, barely noticeable in the fading light. Intrigued, Eric approached. His heart raced, and his skin tingled as if the air itself buzzed with energy. On the altar lay a crystal, embedded into the stone and pulsing with a warm, golden light. Without thinking, Eric reached out to touch it. The moment his fingers grazed the crystal, a searing heat shot up his arm, and he yanked his hand back in shock. But it was too late. The energy from the altar had already begun to flow through him, spreading from his arm and into his chest, his heart, and his very bones. Suddenly, Eric felt his body change. His muscles tensed, his bones shifted, and he fell to the ground as a wave of pain overtook him. His vision blurred, and when it cleared, he realized with horror that his hands were no longer his own. They were claws, dark, scaly, and powerful. Eric scrambled to his feet, only to stumble over his own legs, now much longer and stronger than they had been moments before. He craned his neck, and in a sudden gust of wind, enormous leathery wings unfurled from his back. His breathing quickened, and he let out a roar, more of instinct than conscious thought, as flames burst from his mouth. He had become a dragon. At first, panic set in. He flailed wildly, crushing trees and leaving deep gouges in the earth with his claws. The weight of his massive body felt foreign, as though it didn't belong to him. He spread his wings wide, and with a powerful beat, he launched himself into the sky. The world below fell away, and he soared higher and higher until the village was no more than a speck in the distance. The initial fear began to fade, replaced by a sense of exhilaration. Eric could feel the wind rushing over his scales, the power of his wings carrying him faster than any creature on land could move. He reveled in the strength of his new form, in the rush of fire that bubbled up inside him, waiting to be released. But as he flew, a deep, ancient voice echoed in his mind. "You are the last of the Dragonlords, Eric. The world needs you now more than ever." The voice startled him, and his wings faltered. He had no idea who, or what, was speaking to him. But it felt familiar, like something that had always been a part of him, hidden until now. "You must learn control," the voice continued. "The power of the dragon is great, but without balance, it will consume you.